serious. This is serious. Oh, oh.
Well, it started off as an usual Saturday morning. One of my boys was calling me to come. Daddy wasn't feeling good, so I went upstairs to our bedroom, and he was laying on our bed and proceeded to say he thought he overdid it. He was feeling short of breath. He looked at me and he said, "Hold my hand," and I could see by the look on his face he was scared. Then he started to complain that he was feeling the tingling sensation in his arms, so we immediately called 911.
We get there, we found him on his second floor bedroom. He was very diaphoretic, sweaty, literally looked like somebody had poured a pail of water on him.
You can just generally see when someone's sick, and this gentleman looked sick.
He said, "Guys, I'm not feeling too good," and just slipped to the floor, literally unconscious.
Seemed like he had a sudden drop in blood pressure, and he went into cardiac arrest. We immediately started CPR.
They had to shock him several times.
At that point, we got a phone call from EMS saying that they brought the patient back to life.
We had just recently acquired the ability to transmit the EKGs from our machine electronically through cellular data technology to the hospital. I was looking at a piece of paper that printed out of the machine that was telling me that he was having a heart attack. I needed the staff in the emergency department to know the same information.
They actually send the EKG to our computer.
So they know that Harrison EMS is on a call with a patient having a heart attack.
And we immediately faxed that LifeNet EKG to the cardiologist.
The cardiac cath lab is ready to go, so you can get all the techs, the nurses, the doctors, everyone's set up, ready to go, so it's really not a surprise.
I would say it was less than 40 minutes from time we arrived on scene to the time he was in the care of the hospital.
Our team assembled around him. We got IVs in both arms. We put him on oxygen. I remember his wife came in. She was extremely upset, and we told her that he was going to be okay and that, you know, we were prepared for this.
It was a feeling of relief that he was in good hands and that they were going to do everything they possibly could.
At this point, we can't move fast enough. Immediately we see where the occlusion, the obstruction was.
One of the three arteries in his heart, the one which supplies the front wall of the heart muscle, was 100% closed, and that was the cause of his heart attack.
They basically said they had to clear blockage.
The doctor then proceeded to open up that artery and restore blood flow to the heart muscle in the hopes of limiting the amount of damage done.
I just kept thinking of the kids and myself and what was I going to do. And
we made sure somebody was with her at all times. It's okay to hug the wife. It's okay to, you know, to be personal and just say, you know what, hold their hand. You know, just have somebody there holding their hand. Say, "I'm here for you."
Just kept thinking to myself, I hope that he hadn't died. One of the doctors came in, explained that he did have a massive heart attack, that the stars were aligned because everything kind of fell into place in order for them to get him into the cath lab and clear his blockage within an hour. I think it was 59 minutes, I think is what they told me, which was phenomenal.
It's vivid. It's very personal, though, because at that moment, he's very ill, even though he's stable. And her world was just rocked. You know, she got up on a Saturday morning, you think you're going through your errands, you're going through your days. This is not how you planned it. And as devastating as it is that day, we know, the staff, that it's a good day. It's almost a second birthday, in a way. And you hope that down the road they can realize that. But at that point, you just want them to be together because that's what makes everybody calm. And that's what helps the patients and the family to be with that person and know they're fine at that point.
Having the cardiac cath lab, having, you know, EMS set up with us, able to, you know, send us the information over computer ahead of time, that definitely is going to save lives because, you know, if you're talking about 5 to 10 minutes of a delay on a young man like this who's having such a major heart attack, you know, he could die.
We're very fragile beings in this world. And I look at myself and I try and understand how something as severe as a STEMI could possibly happen to me in my situation. Just goes to tell everybody that it can happen to you, regardless of what you feel about yourself. I felt I was invincible, and you know, I skirted death.
I know thank you is not enough, but it truly is coming deep from the heart that, you know, they did a wonderful job.
Mr. Kimmel is one of the amazing stories that we have now at White Plains Hospital that we did not have here just a couple of years ago. We have patients who are in cardiac emergencies, having heart attacks or cardiac arrest, that may have been brought to our hospital years ago, and without our new cardiac catheterization facility, would not have had the type of treatment that they now enjoy, which has been life-saving treatment.
The people who run the cath lab tell me that since we've been able to do angioplasty, that there are probably 40 or 50 people alive, number one, in this community, younger people who might not have survived had the cath lab and the angioplasty not been available. And that's what it's all about. When you walk around the hospital, that's the excitement that we feel in running the hospital, that we're making a positive impact on people's lives.
We took this man who may not have made it another few minutes, and we sent him home to his wife to raise his boys. And we played a major part in that in the cath lab in White Plains Hospital, and the emergency room, and the medics, and that's why we're here. That's the difference we made that day. And on a day like that, that's a good day's work at White Plains Hospital.
You see it all the time on TV, and it's a slab of meat. When you're that slab of meat, and you have a cast of thousands who are fighting time and God to save you, you want to thank them.
The boys are very close to him, so it would have been a very rough ride if there was just the three of us.
The result goes well beyond just me. For the kids to have Dad around, I mean, words can't express what that means.
Can't imagine my life without him.
She has always been a pillar of strength. She's the best thing that ever happened to me.
It is beautiful. It's a great day. Great day to be alive.